right, we back, we back, we back. StreamYard was tripping. This part two. Getting back to what I said. So we just gonna do a quick update again. So apparently Beyonce and Jay-Z and family is moving to the UK. They purchased $115 million estate while still on 110 million on the state in on the estate in California. They leaving the United States like Ellen DeGeneres and the rest of the Hollywood celebs because of Trump. And Trump was also Beyonce was being investigated, and they wanted for the money that Kamala Harris, excuse me, had paid her for endorsement on the campaign. And they leaving because Rock Nation is under investigation as well. Because with the daughter suing the president for harassment and all of these things. So they leaving the US. That's the update. Now, getting to the recap part, Foxy Brown wrote a book years ago, and I have that book. I got to find it. And we're going to read it. But she alleges in the book that when she was 15, when she was first coming out, that allegedly, this is allegedly, and this is fair use based on a 1976, that allegedly she got with Jay Z at that time, and she talked about how hung he was. Yeah, I'm live now. I'm live. I did. I'm live now. Okay. So, and again, how hung he was, and at that time, his roommate was Larry Johnson. She wrote, and that they were in some type. They had an alleged him and Larry Johnson were roommates, and they had some type of alleged fling going on. And that's where I left off before StreamYard started tripping. And I'm gonna drop this link. Let me see. I think it's working better now. Yeah, it is. And the video I was looking for, it has been removed. Jay Z probably had that removed as far as that Larry Johnson, but I found some articles. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now, it was something I read that they had a bromance. Oh, here it is. Jay Z and Larry Johnson, Washington Redskins running back, and Jay Z had a bromance for years now. Johnson has been seen wearing Rock Nation gear. This is from BET. Let me see when this article came out. Okay, it says Johnson had been seen wearing a Rockefeller chain, and the two were once rumored to own an apartment in New York City. Now that's alleged. That's in Foxy Brown's book. Let me see if I can bring this up. Oh, I got a lot of articles on here. Let me see if I can bring. Oh, that's all this is. Okay. Former NFL player Larry Johnson recounts a memory with Jay-Z and Beyonce where young children allegedly showed up at the party and they were out of place. Now, I had that video and it has been removed. I'm trying to find it now. And he talked about how the children walked in and Beyonce was allegedly saying how she likes to have fun with these children. Okay, let me see if I can find that video. Dang, they got it, but they ain't got the video. I'm about to see, can I find it? Oh, I found it. I found it. Okay, let me
By
get it.
accident. I don't think it's based on talent alone. They had an album, The Best of Both Worlds. To me, they were both strange enough because we're check out this screenshot of my.
Okay, shit.
Just a few months ago, it was in a low 500s. That all changed when I found this little note.
It's gonna make me play this commercial. Hold up, y'all. I found the video. I found it.
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score. Of course, they're all going to do their due diligence with the PR and say, well, I'm honorable. I'm this. I'm
This Larry
But
Johnson.
you've seen the similar hair do across his sweatshirt. We know that comes from Alistair.
Right, he's a Satanist. He's a Luciferian. He does not believe in God. Jay-Z does not.
We know Alistair Crowley wrote a book called Sex Magic, which he promotes drugging and abusing children for the sake of some type of occult magic or entity that they formulate or they desire to make themselves young. And then to carry that. Hold 1 second. Hold for 1 second, Larry. Alistair Crowley wrote a book that promoted drugging. What's the name of the book? Because he wanted to differentiate.
This is Jason Whitlock. 8 months ago interview.
His type of magic. I did not know that. Yeah, so the music industry, Lima. So you would have to think that bringing a 30-year-old child into an after party of MTV Awards, which is even strange enough because where is this young lady's parents? But we know that parents love to try to make their kids stars and they have opportunity. So they'll let them go with certain celebrities. And so this has been pretty much the norm within these societies is to abuse and get after the children and to use and combine drug use with that. And we've seen it with Bill Cosby. We've seen it with other celebrities who are close-knit into that small circle. Well, I think one person we've seen who's directly connected to Jay-Z is R. Kelly. The world, to me, established intensely R. Kelly at the top of the R&B industry and Jay-Z at the top of the hip-hop industry. I don't think they get those positions by accident. I don't think it's based on talent alone.
No, it's not.
I never think it's based on just talent. And of course, he makes a lot of good music that made us tap our feet. And when 3 a.m. hits with the woman that we loved, it was the deal type of music. But with that, of course, being that close together, being behind the scenes and seeing how these people really feed off of each other, they're not separate. He came out with a quote said that you can't judge us like you judging every rapper. But sir, you're close. You have albums with these people. You have after parties with these people. You have celebrity functions where you go on trips and vacations with these people. So to say that you know nothing, even if you were a part of it, you had to know a little something. But since they take a vow of secrecy, we're not going to be able to even scratch the surface of even if they put them on the witness stand because they all taken an oath.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
There are rumors that like Diddy is inside his prison cell, and every time he gets out, he snitches on someone new trying to get out.
Well, that's not true. He didn't like snitch, Diddy, so I'm gonna go past that little part.
And he becomes this celebrity, and Johnny Depp and all these people are waiting on him when he gets out of prison. And I can remember I went down this rabbit hole, and they had me convinced they were innocent. And then by the time I got to the bottom of the rabbit hole, I was like, "Oh my God, these guys did it!" And it's all. And so that's what I almost think about Diddy.
Not talking about Diddy. We talking about.
Like account says. I wonder if that naivety is what's impacting Jay-Z. That he, full of himself, thought he was at the same table as the actual leaders, and maybe they're putting Jay-Z back in his place.
It could be. I mean, obviously the statements that he came out with, I mean, he really puts himself on the pedestal, talking about honor, that he's not that guy, that he really cares about the children. And obviously we sing the music, we hear the music, we know the symbolism. So you have to be really high up on the pedestal with this godlike mentality as if you cannot be touched. I mean, you will meet your fate like everybody else in this world will meet their fate, and you will meet it going down broke, just like you can take money out of this world, so we all go to the grave broke. And to have this mentality of being God, and he rented this house, and we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo.
Here it is.
House, and we were watching LeBron play, and after the game, it had to be like 10 or 11 o'clock.
This is the part.
Getting ready to the party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there. And I think
this is the part right here that I was trying to get to. Let me add therapy.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for having me on the show as usual. Okay, you hear me?
Oh, thank you. I want this part to play. I want this part to play because this is the part I was looking for.
I'm just chilling. I'm chilling, enjoying the show.
She had to do homework. Her mother with her. There was no this is going on. 11 o'clock hit. We turn on the music. We start drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock, I happened to sit down because I was with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, obviously the liquor took hold of me, and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remain. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happen, I can't just count and say, "Oh, he could never do this," because I'm hearing the story. I'm seeing it with my own eyes. Situations where look usually all.
Larry, you just on mine, and so I'm gonna have to ask you to. I just want to be clear on what I just heard. In 2006 or 7,
yeah,
you're in Colorado, a winter park,
and this is Larry Johnson, whom allegedly Jay-Z, Foxy Brown alleged that when she was with Rock Nation, she allegedly got with Jay-Z. He was living with Larry Johnson at that time, and they were in a relationship, allegedly. And this is Larry Johnson talking about the children. Where the children? I found the video because it was removed with what I had.
With Jay-Z the people with Rock Nation. And
it was the people who helped out with the photo shoot. It was a
photo
weird
shot. Beyonce is sitting relatively close to you, and there's a child there.
Yes.
And this is after 11 o'clock at night. And she says, "Doesn't this look sexy?"
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, the singer.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yes. Yes.
And the reason why I believe you, I'm not gonna put a name to this. The reason why I believe you is like they get you out there and they float little test bubbles out there to see if you bite.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like going fishing. Does the bob? Did I get a nibble? Did the bobber go down? Because
world, do not sit by and will not let anybody abuse children. So that's more of a shame thing they can control you with. Now, sacrificing somebody, not many people can add those or connect those dots of who did what and who did this, but it happens. But when it comes to sexual deviancy, as you said, it's more of a, we don't want the whole world to know what you do, so you have to do what we say do. And I think, and like you said, it's like putting a worm on a hook. They don't come up to you and say, "Hey, you like?" They're not going to do that because you look at them weird, or you might just punch them in the mouth. But they'll put you in situations where young children are around. They'll move you into it. It may not be a 5-year-old, but it'll start at a 19-year-old at a party, at home, the residence, and it's like a 9-year-old. You go for it, go. And I don't even see, and it comes to lust, there is no back to that until you reach an animal. And that's where, if we talk about that's exactly where sexual deviancy ends up. It ends up with animals.
Well,
Hey, all I know is I'm not surprised that none of these people doing or have been doing. I don't know if it's true. I don't know what's what, but I'm not surprised at nothing because they hang in the same circles and they all accused of the same things.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Because if my homeboy, I don't give a damn if it's my daddy, my brother, my sister. If they're accused of anything like this, first of all, I'm gonna talk to them. I'm like, what's going on? And if I find anything suspicious or truth about it, I'm gonna distance myself from you. I'm not gonna continue to hang with you or be in a situation where I'm looked at like they look at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna be in that situation where they look at you a way. I don't want them looking at me like that just because I hang out with you. Maybe I don't know what you're doing, and but I don't know. But 9 times out of 10, if you hang around somebody, you kind of got a feeling of if somebody would do certain things. You know?
Absolutely. And we know that in this game, Jay-Z is a Luciferian. He does not believe in God. He does follow Aleister Crowley, the sex magic, which he took a
But he's
picture of the
already
he had
shown
on a, I remember
that he does that.
that
He's already shown
sweatshirt,
that he
Do
does
What
that.
Thou Wilt, which is a famous,
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's a
huh?
Aleister Crowley. Yeah. He's already shown you what to get down with. So anything else, what you think normal is
Right.
at the box.
And he made a song, Lucifer, Son of the Morning, which is in the
Yeah.
scripture. He
And
made it,
then
that was on
did
his
who
album.
did the
And
beat
most
though?
of these
But
are
look, who did the
Luciferians.
beat? Who did the beat though?
I don't know who did the beat. I just know the song
Kanye
is on one of
West.
his CDs.
Kanye West. He produced that song.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I was gonna. You know what? You're right. He sure did. He sure did.
You remember the video of them doing that song, and he kept running it back with the hook, Lucifer, 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 son of the morning. I'm gonna chase you out of it. Like he kept running it back, and they
Dang,
was
and
in
you
the
remember that. That's right. I do remember it now. I can't play that though, but yeah, I do
I know,
remember
but
that.
I'm just saying, like you gotta
I do remember that.
Kanye is not innocent in none of this. None of it.
No, he's not. But Kanye, when his mind come back after, because they don't wipe his mind, and people don't believe that they still do lobotomies.
No, y'all giving
They don't wipe
Kanye too
Kanye's
much.
mind three
Ain't nothing wrong with
times,
his mind.
and when
Ain't
his
nothing wrong with
mind
his
come back,
mind. This is
let me
what they
finish.
do. Okay, okay.
Yeah, and when his mind come back, he remembers and he go off just like he said it was the Illuminati who unalived his mom, even though he gave them permission to do that.
What did the
They didn't
devil do?
just do that.
Oh no, what did the devil do? Convince you he don't exist? I don't give Kanye. Kanye knows exactly what he's doing, what he signed up for, what he moved like, what he believed in. All of them believe in the
Hmm.
same. They all run in the same circle. People that get away from around them know that, and they just get away from around them. It's simple.
Right.
None of them. They all like. This is real simple. The devil always convince people what he don't exist. What do? They go to other things like
Oh, can you put
they
it on the
actually
charger,
like
my room?
When Kanye did that church thing, he was actually mocking God. Like that's what they do. Get it?
Oh, when he was going around doing the church tours you're talking about? Because we
Yeah.
ain't supposed to be on Kanye, but I lost all my information.
No,
So
but I'm saying when they believe in
go
Satan
ahead.
or
I
whatever.
need you to hold this down for me. Mhm.
Okay, when people believe in Satan, it's always they mock God, but it's just like it's a thing that people do. Cause when you really look into it, Jesus, when they tell the story about Jesus and Satan, they were homeboys. So basically, Jesus and Satan is people. It's just like Bloods and Crips to me. If you don't agree with me, you on their
That's a
side. If
good
you don't agree with
analogy.
me, that's how I look at it though. Because when he is archangel, like look what happened with Suge and Puff. They two archangels, which was supposedly Satan in this thing, Pac and Biggie. Get it? And Jesus kicked them out of heaven. Think about that.
Sure did. Sure
So
did.
you get my analogy to what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said that was a good analogy.
Cause when Suge and Puffy was beefing, they both thought they were gods, but then they looked at, but they were really Jekyll and Hyde, Satan all at the same time. But they two archangels ain't here no more. They kicked them out of heaven. Like it's the same kind of rundown the story. You know what I mean? Am I making sense with that?
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, you making sense. Hmm.
I'm just asking because
Well,
it's like
as far as what?
no, I'm
As
saying
far as what I think as far as what? What is your
like with
question?
my analogy to like when they mock like what they doing, man. All they doing is playing with religion and they playing on people's mind frame, their heartstrings, and everything. That's all they doing. And 9 times out of 10, when you break it down to pure who they know who they are. They're just trying to mask it with money. You know what I mean? Them people with that, like you
Absolutely.
can't make a person get that bad.
Absolutely. And yeah. I mean, but that's what Satan does. Everything. So we have a Sabbath, which is every Saturday, where we're supposed to, not Sunday, but every high holiday that we have that worships God, Satan takes the same day and does the counterfeit, does the opposite, turns it into something evil. So yeah,
But wasn't they
let
homeboys?
me.
So think about it. This is what I always say to people that go to church. I've never known nobody be in church like that come out better. They come out more hypocritical. They attack you for every little thing. But when you goddamn try to get a SWAT team to go in their closet, you got to get a you got to get a warrant and all kind of things to go in their closet. Look at TD Jakes. Look at the mega preachers. Like, look at all this, man. I don't. I always go back to the
Yeah,
golden.
we getting off topic. We go.
Oh no, no, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad.
Yeah. So now this is a picture of Jay Z
And Foxy
and
Brown, yeah.
Foxy Brown when she first started in her book that they had an alleged relationship. So this is Jay Z and Foxy Brown. 15-year-old Foxy Brown was included in LL Cool J I Shotcha video. Afterwards, Brown was featured on multiple tracks by major artists at the time, though perhaps none greater than her frequent collaborator, co-writer Jay-Z. Their first duet was Ain't No Nigga. That was my jam too. Ain't no nigga like the one I got. No one
Already.
can do it better.
Look at you. Don't you sit over there
Yep,
and pop
was
it to it.
featured on.
Don't you pop it. How dare you pop to it? That shit was
That was
that.
my jam. And that was featured on the soundtrack of The Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy,
Yeah.
released in
So they was
1996.
giving her
However, the song
major
itself
looks.
was recorded in,
They was giving her major industry looks.
the song, yeah, the song was originally recorded in 1994. Brown was born in 1978, putting her age at 14 to 15.
She the same age I am.
So yeah, that who?
I was born in 78, July 4th, 78. That was my birthday. So I knew she was young back then. I'm like, huh? And then I was just trying to get,
And
I
like
was
she
just,
said in her book, I got to find her book. I got her book. She put all this in the book about him being with Larry Johnson because they was living together. Larry Johnson, I just played the video about the children at the party. And I'm just wondering why Larry Johnson, you saying all this now? Why are you saying this
this
now?
is the thing. This is the thing. It's the same thing with Gene Deal and Puffy. I'm like, nigga, you not, just not saying something? I'm like, I, back in the days,
No,
never
he
hung.
been talking. He been talking since Biggie. Gene Deal been talking ever since Biggie passed.
No, I ain't talking
He
about
been
Gene, but I'm saying they brought up another thing where they can bring even the bodyguards back up if they witness anything that's going on with people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, they can get charged too. I just saw a story on that. So Jay-Z, he didn't want to take that paternity test because that would put him on that list. You know what I mean?
yeah, but the thing is, the mom done passed away. So who? She gone. She not
But
alive.
the son is still pushing forward with that. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, even though the mom
Right.
has passed
And the
away,
sad part, if
still
he is
gonna
the son, if he is the son, he ain't gonna never have a relationship with him ever,
no,
ever, and he's still
this
gonna be hurt because he.
but what I'm saying is that will put him on that list. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He already on the list. He already on the list. But I get what you're saying.
You know what list I'm talking about. That means he had to register. You get me?
Right, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
But she
So,
done passed away, so who can really collaborate? What witnesses? Who can really collaborate this story? We
hey, the
know it.
dead.
We
Look,
allegedly it's true. Allegedly it's true, but she gone.
you're not under. Look, even though she's gone,
I
it's
don't think it.
still
I don't think it'll
it's
go
a
that far because she
DNA. If
gone.
that DNA test proves that that's his kid, it goes back to
Oh,
when
right, the
and
time
what.
because she had him at 16. I get you. I got it because
You
she
get
had him
it?
at 16.
Like, come on,
I
man.
got you.
Like, that's what I'm
Yeah, I
trying to tell
got you.
you. You know?
I got you.
Why you think Russell Simmons ran? That boy left and didn't even look back.
But Russell Smith and Diddy should have did the same thing. Russell Simmons sold everything. He got rid of everything and went to Bali, and he ain't never coming back. That's what Diddy should have did. I don't know how they think
But
they
you know the
forget
thing,
that they still niggas. They forget that.
that's what I was about to say. They forgetting they still niggas. They are not these white people on that list. You know what I'm talking about? They are not the white people. They let white people like that get away with shit like that. But you a nigga. You can't get away with the same thing they get away with. You know what I mean?
And somehow we think we can. That's the
Man, I don't
killing
know
part.
what's wrong with these niggas when they get money. They done lost their mind. They out here sleeping with men, women, children, and just because you got money, you think you can do that? That's sick. You know what I mean? And I still to this day, I can't wait till they get Mary J. Blige. Cause them women be in on it too. Just like you saying with Beyonce, like with that party that they were talking about. I'm like, y'all act like these
Well,
women.
and Mary J. Blige did come out and say that being at a Diddy, it was a ritual. It was, it was a ritual. To,
That don't
what Foxy Brown
excuse
said
what you
about Jay Z.
did though. That don't excuse it. You know what I mean? They act like women are not predators too. That's what irritates me about it. These women are predators too. Cassie is a
Here
predator.
we go.
Okay.
In the industry and is now paying her not to speak about what happened. Like, how else can you explain how a talented person like Foxy, who very closely with Jay, they're in the entertainment industry? Jay, what exactly did you do to Foxy?
Foxy Brown was Jay-Z when she was 15 and he was 27.
Okay, Foxy and Jay-Z collaborated on numerous occasions throughout the night, credited with writing a handful of songs on Foxy's debut album. Their first major duet, Ain't No N-Word, was even featured on the soundtrack for the Eddie Murphy movie, The Nutty Professor, released in 1996. However, the song was recorded in 1994, and since Foxy was born in 1978, that will put her age at around 15 during the recording of the song. Now, can someone explain why better sleeps around, but he gives?
Why her mama let her do that? Be the question, not Jay Z, but why her mama
See,
let her
now
do that?
look, now I'm finna
That's the
get to
question.
that. See, now I'm getting to that. The mother pimped out. Why nobody putting blame on the mamas that's allowing this? Because nine
To
times,
R. Kelly, same thing.
but this is what pisses me off.
R. Kelly,
Nobody's
same.
holding
They
nobody's
gave
holding
their
these
kids
women
over to
accountable.
them.
And then I'm like, nobody's holding these parents or the mama accountable. It's just because it's a woman, they don't hold it. I'm like, that's messed up. madness to me. The imbalance of this goes. I'm like, that's a problem to me. Like, you gotta, if you're gonna hold a man accountable, you gotta hold a woman accountable too. You get what I'm saying? Like, are you
Mhm.
understanding that women need to be held accountable too? Like, ain't none of this a woman with nah, they knew
I
what they
just
were doing.
said that. I said, what about the mama?
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking
I just
about in
said that.
general. No, I'm not talking
Oh,
about
you
you. I'm
saying in
talking about
general? Okay.
yeah, I'm not talking about you, girl. I'm talking about just women
I
in
got you.
general. They miss the point that women are predators too. You get me? And they be in on it. And
That's
it's
true.
not right. It's not right for a man or a woman to do what they doing. It's not right. It's sick. I don't give a damn what religion you believe in. It boils down to you being sick and twisted mentally. I don't want to hear you mental issues. You remember they always
Yes.
say mental issues. I'm like, ain't no mental issue. Y'all knew what y'all were doing. That irritates me when they throw that mental issue thing out there. No, you don't have mental issues. You didn't have mental issues when you were doing it. Now that everybody sees what
Right.
you're doing.
Right. Right. Now that's a good point.
So now all of a sudden everybody see who you really
That's a
are
good point.
and what.
Let's
You know
get back
what?
to the video.
When people hide things and then when the sun shines on that darkness, now they got mental issues. Hold up. You got mental issues all of a sudden. So when everybody, man, you know what I'm talking about, man. Come on now. Now you got mental issues. That irritates me. Nobody said you had mental issues when all of y'all around there enjoying the party. So that means you all got mental issues.
Right. Right.
So it's like when you hanging
That part.
around family or friends and they turn on you and they get in a group and then just start talking down on you. I'm like, damn, why you talking down on me? You was there too, right?
Right.
And then some people just be like, I'm not the one
Let's
that's
get
gonna
back
tell
into
on
the
you.
video.
Okay, bet, I got you.
Right. Let's get,
Tell the freaks to find a man of their own. Another song that Jay-Z co-wrote was Il Nana, with true absolute vodka, straight shots for the has-beens and have-nots. Dollar dollar bill. And it don't stop. We moving up. First the mansion, then the yacht. Sound proper, straight cash, got bloodhounds trying to hunt down the brown fox. Yes, he didn't rap in the song. Those words were written and him talking to Fox. We see what you're doing here, Jay. And I won't even get into the details of other songs that were just so graphic and recorded when Foxy was 15 or. What she just said right there is key. Songs that were
this
recorded.
is
I said, if you go
Jamal.
back and listen to what he's being accused of here, and look at what he's being accused of. Also said on LSA, he used to pick her up when she went to high school. She went to my school, John Dewey, then BCA, then Westinghouse night classes. He used to pull up to the house for her. Biggie Def used to they were together. And if you don't believe all those people, maybe you will believe
Nah,
nothing.
it said everybody knew they was together.
Foxy got you hot because you kept your face in her. What you think? In girls now because of your looks. So as much as Foxy would look going on between her and Jay-Z. Now see, that her fall off the ground. Well, at first, Lil Kim was getting all the blame for ruining Foxy's career because of their very rocky history.
So I want to call a truce. I said, I want to have a sit down with Kim. And I want to actually, I don't care what it is. I don't care what, just end it, end it. Even.
That's weird hearing her talk. I don't like her hiding voice. You know what I mean?
But she,
I still want to be the person.
But if you get into it a lot, like Jay was the one who screwed her up when he was done with her. And I would have been crazy to maintain the narrative. Also, Speaks' career just going downhill. Can I just mention how it continued getting worse from there? I mean, when she was 17, Foxy received a 30-day suspended sentence and 80 hours of community service after she spat on 2 hotel workers. There was another incident in 2000 where Roxy crashed her Range Rover while driving in Brooklyn, was subsequently arrested for driving with a suspended Jamaica for an altercation there. In a different incident in 2004, Foxy was charged with after refusing to pay a $20 bill. Apparently, she refused to plea bargain and was sentenced to 3 years probation and anger management classes. And get the in 2005 was, but not before she hit the third, who was
Remember when I remember this.
with 30 days in jail for contempt. And Lester Kelly, who has a record doing the most unvoted forever, that Jay-Z knew what R. Kelly was doing with the girls. He told Wendy Williams in a radio interview, when a tape of R. Kelly with the underage girl leaked, I could have showed the R. Kelly video that everybody's talking about and made fun of it and showed pictures of Jay hanging out. You can't tell me Jay didn't see a 14-year-old girl come to the studio and sit on R. Kelly's lap. You gonna tell me he didn't see a girl come to the vicinity? Maybe Jay didn't do nothing.
And then you have the one girl with the Dolce and Gabbana sitting on Dick. Much, you know.
Hey, you got something to add?
I'm telling you, man, all these people been around each other and they can't hide it. They can't hide the truth. People been saying this about these people for decades, and it's right in your face. Like I think Dame Dash, Timberland, Jay-Z, when that was all lusting over Leah, everybody found that strange. R. Kelly, Dame Dash, Jay-Z. Like, why are you lusting over an underage girl like that? We all saw this. This is not something we're making up. This is not a thing. Even when I was looking at it, I'm like, why are these niggas lusting over this young chick like that? Like, until this day, they still do it. Ain't that sick?
I do think that Dame Dash really loved her. I do, but she was of age then. But
no,
because Jay-Z too. She was with Jay-Z.
That's like
too.
somebody. What Dame did was wait till she got older. It's like a dirty old nigga watching your daughter grow from 12 to then he waiting on till when she's 16, 17 and then try to play with her. You know what I mean? It's sick. I don't want to hear that.
And they do that. They do that. I have my mother's friend. He waited to hit and I didn't realize until I got older that he had been looking at me all that time, but waited till I was 17, 18. I said,
yeah,
wow.
And then you remember back in
they
the
do
day,
that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sick. And then they used to have in Mississippi, they used to have the age of consent on a bulletin board, like the boards. I'm like, that was always twisted to me. But it was all. I think that was always meant for when the white man can mess with your kid, because it took somebody in government. It took somebody in government in order for you to pull up a billboard of that. You know what I mean? So these people in government be like that too. That's why I think a lot of people scared of what Diddy and Suge gonna say. And Jay-Z. Jay-Z don't want to be on that list, especially like that. And they scrambling. But the DNA is gonna prove if that's his son, he on
Right,
that.
because you must be the pack. You must be the pack because you're so scared of the DNA. Who ran
Hmm.
from a DNA for 10 years?
Man, every time I went to court, I wanted proof. You know what I mean? I want proof. If y'all gonna play with me like this in
Right,
court, I want proof.
right.
But get it, even though like to be on that list, that's a game changer. You know what I mean? You
It
know how
is.
many,
It is.
you know how many people would be on that list if they really wanted to get real deep in their business. I'm like, man, I'm telling you. That's why when I was in my teens, I always liked older women. I'm not bullshitting. I loved older women.
Now
I
we getting off topic. We,
No, but I'm just
well,
saying
we
this
getting
is the
off
reason
topic. Let
why.
me see if I can find this other video.
But my point is, this is the reason why I loved older women. I'm like, mm-mm, you know. But don't you think? I'm telling you, it's Timberland. He's Timberland, Dame Dash, Jay Z, Beyonce, like all them people are like lusting over one underage kid, and we saw it in our eyes. We saw it right there to the point where R. Kelly married her. Like, man,
All right, let's get on to let me see. Dame Dash and Jay Z, because I'll never be able to finish out my whole thing. So now I'm gonna read some of this. The year
okay.
was 1996. This is from Madame magazine. Michael Jordan was on his way to another title. The Olympics took over Atlanta. The East West Coast beef waged on, and hip hop was in the apex. As the genre began to dominate pop culture, fueled by East West Coast dynamic, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, and others, a different face would state claim the arrival of Jay Z and Rockefeller Records. His album Reasonable Doubt stands as one of the greatest debates in the genre's history. That was a good album. Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, the
In
album,
28
but you
years,
know, he had to get Big L out the way allegedly for that to pop off. But
yeah,
I
he
ain't in that
did.
one.
You right about that. You right about Big L.
Yeah.
And 28 years later, that album is right at the center of the strangest disputes to occur. The rights of reasonable doubt and shares of the label had long been discussed and debated since the ending of Rockefeller Records, as it is the only thing that still ties Jay Z to his former business partner Dame Dash and Kareem Burke. Whether that dispute gets handled properly remains to be seen, but the stakes are high. Dame owns several debts and judgments forcing him to sell off his shares, causing another rift between the two. In 2024, Dame and Jay Z are still at odds, even after several moments of acknowledging how much they meant to each other early on. What changed to cause the breakup, the rift? Let me see. Oh shoot, hold on. I'm gonna skip some of this.
They know what they put. They know what went on with that album. That album was a good album, and that album jump started everything. But it also jump started everything that's going on now. It's a bunch of secrets when they were doing that. They know
Yeah.
how reckless they were. You get it? Everybody got them
Hmm.
secrets.
Now this the newfound success will place both Dame and Jay in prominent positions in different aspects. As Jay became one of the biggest rappers in the world, while Dame became a flashy CEO who eventually found his way into music videos. When Dame became well known for being in videos, there was a stark difference in how he carried himself versus Rockefeller CEO Kareem Burke. Biggs was usually somewhere in the background, often not being seen in music videos or on the scene. Biggs had the role of silent partner, making many moves behind the scenes and making none of the credit for public. On the other hand, Dame Dash was the CEO. And this was the good old days. And who would have thought
Even
okay,
back then, even back then,
when the
you
rock
can see something was going on.
even back then, Dame had the vision to create a clothing line to rival the other hip hop lines such as Russell Simmons' Fat Farm, P. Diddy, Sean John, and their famous FUBU line, often promoted by LL Cool J. With Rockefeller Records and Rockaware both beginning to thrive as a new millennium struck, everything seemed to be going right. Jay was a multi-platinum rapper seen as the best. Dame was afforded the lifestyle he wanted all along. Biggs would make his money, stay in the cut, and continue to prosper. It seemed that everything was going right, wrong. Aaliyah played a major part in the rift.
Man,
There we go. What we was just talking about.
yeah,
Now, as it tends to go with many groups of friends, the desire to chase the same woman has been argued as the starting point for the tension between the two. This would have taken place around the year 2000 when Aaliyah and Dame Dash had been rumored to dating. Multiple accounts, including one from Rockefeller Video Tower, Choke No Joke, suggest that that was the problem. But a look at the back at the footage of Hard Not Life, I hated that song. I did not like that song. In 1999, might give a wider view. Jay, mostly reserved and music oriented, wasn't as focused on the business side of the tour in the footage engaging in freestyles battles with DMX and preparing his live show. There are several occurrences in the backstage footage that showcase Dane feeling like he was being undercut by their distributor, Def Jam Records. Dane felt a desire for Rockefeller to have their own separate sector from Def Jam, and as a result, there was friction between Dane and the label. Jay, with others in his car like Leo Cohen, Steve Stout. See, you can't do that. You can't cut them people up out of there. And I ain't saying the word, but you know what I'm talking about, the other people.
yeah, yeah.
You can't cut them up out of there.
Hey,
They'll
hey,
do a
look,
P.
you
Diddy
can't
on you.
cut people out the game that's actually signing your check. And
Right.
then you know what? I want to just go back just for a second. Hard Knock Life. Do you understand how sick that is? Knowing that these dudes were dealing with minors, and then they had a child's voice as the hook, and then
Dang,
they
that's
chose
deep.
Annie, and she's the unruly white kid. Like it's sick when you think about it. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. I never, yeah, that,
Think about
yeah.
it. You the one drove me down this rabbit hole, but we saw it happen in our face and was like,
We did.
wow, they actually doing it. We saw it going on in our face and we like, they actually doing this. I don't know if other people were realizing what was going on, but people that have common sense, understanding what they're looking at, they like, wow, this really? You know? What about the
That's a
mama?
fact.
What about the mama? What about the parents? Like, why are you giving your kid to somebody? Like, you're selling your kid. Like, why are
You
you not?
sacrificing your kids to Moloch.
Yeah,
You're sacrificing your kids to Moloch, which is who Moses went up against in the Old Testament. But look, now while Jay was threatening to retire, Dane sought out other artists to hopefully fill the spot that Jay would eventually leave behind. Jay was responsible for the bleep being brought to the rock, but Dane definitely would go along and find more talent to sign. That's when Benny Siegel, he really ripped
nah,
off
they
Benny
went to
Siegel. He ripped
Philadelphia
off
and
that Philly
they
culture.
invaded. Hey, look, they invaded Philadelphia. I know that part. They got everything out of Philly they could find at that time. And Jay Z was,
And Jay did them dirty.
yeah, and then all he
He did
did
them
was,
dirty. He took their money. Yes.
and then he grabbed it, he stole they style, they lyricism, shit like that. He did them Philly dudes dirty though. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can hear it in his music.
Now here we go with now we getting to Kanye West now. I'm gonna
Uh
take
oh.
these other people out. I'm gonna come back and have to do that.
Okay, let's
Kanye
do
West
another one.
rose to
Hey,
prominence.
I think you should do a
No, we're
whole
gonna
nother
finish
show.
this part up. We're gonna
Okay,
finish
okay,
this
okay,
article because I like to see.
okay, okay.
Kanye West rose to prominence during this time, adding another name who managed to see success. Dane was very instrumental in Kanye coming to the rock and having success, whereas Jay seemingly did not see much potential in Kanye as an artist. While there are no official clarifications from Jay on that, Dame and several others have been open about it. Regardless, with three artists on the label having platinum aspirations in Cameron Cat Kane, and Kanye with Beans and State Property waiting in the rings, both Jay and Dame would be going in different directions. As Dame was needed more to cover the other artists who needed assistance, while Jay was beginning to strike up business deals on his own, liquor ventures, sneaker deals, everything you could ask for as a successful businessman began rolling in. There was abundance of successful Rockefeller from 1999 to 2003 collective. You can see it clear as Jay announced his retirement in 2003 with the Black Album. I remember that. And I was like, retire? You too young to be retiring.
He was
Beans,
never he
Cam,
was
Kanye,
never
Memphis Bleak.
retiring. He was talking about getting away from them and cleaning the slate and doing his own thing. That's what that was. That's why it was called the Black Album. You like, I'm going the dark. You know what
Damn.
I mean?
That, that,
Get it?
oh, you be on it.
Man,
Yeah.
I watched the whole
Wow.
thing. It's a lot of
But back
symbolism.
then, my mind, I wasn't where I am now. So I'm like, but that's what I was thinking back then. Retire. What? Okay. That
No, he
makes
wasn't
perfect
retiring.
sense.
That means he was at the black. That means he crossed over. That's when you start seeing that do as thou wilt and all that come out. He got rid of everything that he used to
You
deal
rock.
with
Ooh.
and then recreated himself. He walked across that path. That's when you start seeing him do that. When he did that song, Death the Auto Tune, all that. Like, dog, he was getting away from them. He still owned most of it, but he couldn't really fully capitalize off the Reasonable Doubt album because it's been speculation around him that he had something did to Big L in order to get that spot. And that album for them satanic people, that's like they blood sacrifice into like what they do. Just like when Birdman walks around and shows that, that's like when Diddy was talking about, I got pictures of Chris with my wall. Should talk about Tupac all the time. That's what they showing. They blood sacrifice. Get it? I'm
It
just
made
saying,
perfect sense
it
to
gets
me.
deep.
Let's get it.
It gets deep.
So, as the story goes, Jay, Dame, and Biggs decided to part ways mostly due to Jay deciding he wanted to take a job as president of Def Jam. I remember that. This was seen as a major move for rap artists with ambitions outside of the booth, as Jay would be one of the very few artists to reach that height. Prior to this, Dame and Jay were very much at odds, with reports stating that Dame and Biggs both shut down a potential ad for Armadale Vodka they own with Naomi Campbell and Kevin Bacon. Wow, I ain't know she had to
Hey,
do something
look,
with that
look, look,
deal.
check this out. Check this out. They always talk about 50 Cent was the one that take down New York rap. No, it wasn't. It was when Jay-Z, that's when Russell was on the run. Because who else would he put in the face of Def Jam? And then look, he shelved LL and DMX at the same time. Get it?
Showed you ain't lying. Oh my God. Oh
I
my
pay
God. That
attention to the whole thing.
wow.
When he got president of Def Jam, Russell was on the run. Rick Rubin was nowhere to be found. He shelved LL and DMX at the same time.
You ain't
And
lying
they
because that
talking
was
about 50,
wow.
they talking about 50 messed up New York hip hop. No, he didn't. He was calling them niggas out for that. Jay-Z was the president of goddamn Def Jam. Rick Rubin wasn't nowhere to be found. He was quiet. We don't know where the hell he at. And Russell was on the run. They
Still
were
don't know where
selling
he
stock
at, but
left
we
and
know
right.
he rich.
But think about that.
Wow. Wow. This is a good article. This is a good way to end the show. This is a good article. We almost done.
Okay.
Let me see. The so Dame at this time was working with Kevin on a film and had always had a good rapport with Naomi. So he wanted to create something more interesting and expensive to pose a liquor brand. The cost of the ad $3 million. After being vetoed by his partners, Dame began to see his own habits catch up with him. Dame lived an extravagant life almost unnecessarily as he would purchase multiple mansions, cars, butlers, chefs, and more. He wanted to live the life of a CEO he watched live, and for a while he managed to do that. Once the profits were dwindling, began to become unglued. Rockaware, a profitable brand, slowly began to lose favor as Jay would start wearing other clothes and ads and magazine covers, something that inevitably hurt the brand. That was done on purpose. That's when dang there, he was trying to get him off the way then.
But both of them was trying to get each
The
other out the
time
way.
came.
Get it? Dame
Hmm,
and Jay-Z were trying to get each other out the way. So I don't feel sorry for neither one of them.
hmm.
You get me? Dame knew
Right.
damn well
Now
not to
this
be
what it just said.
spending my
You
dog.
right.
Look,
You right.
Dame was spending more than he was bringing in. Like that's the first step of you, man. You know what I mean? So you can't get mad at Jay on that one though.
Yep. And that's what the time to separate had arrived. And while Dame seemed fine with that part, what he was not ready for was what happened next. Jay invited Dame to dinner in December 2004 to talk about finalizing the split of selling Rockefeller to Jeff Jam for $10 million. The deal seemed to be a fairly solid one for all parties, that each CEO would take home 3.33 million. Look at that 333 million
Yeah.
when
And
it
they
was
all own
finalized. The one
33
piece of the
point
deal,
some percent of him, Jay, and the other
right?
dude.
But 33 all also is the 33rd level of Freemasonry.
Yeah, I know that.
You
That's I
know,
know that type of thing.
that
But
Dane was not aware. The one piece, oh, let me finish. The one piece of the deal that Dane was not aware of ahead of time was the fact that Jay took an offer to become president of Def Jam.
man, you remember when Jay became that, he started bringing in people like Ludacris and Scarface and ignored New York, cut off New York artists, especially DMX and LL. Like I saw all that happening. Cause why was Luda and Scarface signed to Def Jam South at the time? Get it? It
Can
was
you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, because my
Oh damn. She went out again, y'all. But no, thank you for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it. And salute to everybody that tuned in. Don't forget to like and sub and share to none dare you call it a conspiracy. None dare you call it a conspiracy. Like, sub, and share to our channel already.